Chart Live, guys. Hey, how's it going? Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. So I wasn't around Friday or end of Thursday, and I wasn't around Friday. Took a little trip there, but it looked like Friday we had a pretty good little sell-off on Friday. That took us down to the daily 8 EMA support, so it's a big bounce area. So right now we're kind of at an interesting spot here on the daily time frame. So we came down and we hard bounced on Thursday and Friday off of that 8 EMA support. And now today, as you can see, we have a pretty good gap up. Well, it won't really be a gap up, but it'll be a move up. So we have a pretty good move up here off that 8 EMA support, and that low really is 68.70 and pretty much 26,000, we'll call it. So the interesting thing here is we do not have stronger daily buyers though. So on both ES and NQ, there are not really buyers to justify this upside move here. So that's interesting because that really does justify that this is probably going to get sold back down. And then looking at the VIX also, VIX is flat right now, but if we look at the daily trend on the VIX, we are attempting right now to continue to break out. So, right now we're sitting at a big bounce spot on the VIX at 17.3, and our rejection spot really was 18. So I'll be interested to see kind of where today goes. We got some open AI, whatever you want to call it, AI BS this morning. So that led to an even bigger pump, mostly related to Amazon, it seems like. So I'm going to be interested to see what happens. We have a pretty long wick right now on the 15-minute time frame. I think we can establish 68.89 to, we'll call it 69.16. And then we got 26.133 to 26.144 as a really nice demand and support area. And then we'll call our resistance 26.263 to 26.291. So that's kind of what I'm going to be watching this morning. As of right now, my plan for today, looking at my numbers, I need anywhere from $495 to $616 to secure a payout today. So I'm looking for about 32 points that will secure me a 9K payout. I am starting new core funded accounts today too, so that's day 1 of 5 today, so it'll be nice. I'm kind of looking to get up into basically about $1,500 total profit over the next 5 days, so it's only about $300 a day. So we'll see what today brings on that. Certainly going to be patient, certainly going to be looking for my A+ setup, going to be looking to wait for the pullback, wait for the mean reversion, make sure we got confirmation. Generally speaking here, like I said, I really do. Prior to the OpenAI, the Amazon Web Services information coming out, I really was looking for a failed breakout, a failed pop here. But I don't know. I'm kind of torn on where this may go now. When we get data like that, the market likes to run on it. And the one thing I was thinking too is it is the beginning of the month, so we still sometimes will have those inflows that will push us higher. So we'll see what this opening brings here. But certainly going to be patient. We already have about 250 points of movement on NQ and about 35 on ES. So a little bit bigger than usual overnight movement here, especially sitting at all-time highs. So likely there will be a little bit of volatility, and you'll certainly need to be careful with your entries here. So let's see what this brings us here this morning. go. So we did put in a new demand right here. So that supply got turned into demand. So that's going to put us right about right here at 26,190. So again, we're coming up to 26,263 to 26,291 resistance area. I do like that this could reject here. As you're seeing, ES is also attempting to reject here. But we are still sitting now over EMA support. So the actual trend currently is bullish. So generally speaking, I would like to wait for a pullback to go long, not necessarily look for a full reversal here. Again, though, there is a lot of technicals on the daily time frame or bigger time frames that does not support this upside. So again, it's going to be a little tricky this morning, I think. I don't really love trading these gaps ups, but it's what the market gives us, so we just gotta kind of deal with it here. All right, we're coming up to 26,263 here in NQ. We actually have some 5-minute buyers that are coming in here, looking good on NQ. ES, you know, again, not looking the best. We are actually seeing a better rejection over there. There is not buyers on ES, and we're actually flirting with some sellers in the 5-minute time frame here. So I don't think this is a good chaseable long opportunity here. I generally think this will probably reject on NQ, but I think it's a risky play looking for that rejection. So like I was saying, the uptrend on ES, which is that 8 EMA support, right there at 6,900, is holding. So again, favors the upside until we break that trend. We got our 5-minute candle closing here in about 2 minutes, so that should give us a nice little level to look at. There's not a whole lot of movement this opening 5-minute candle too, though, so that's not a bad thing. That actually plays in our favor, but nice rejection off 26,262. So I would think if we close under 6,900 on ES, and as long as we can reject 26,262 on NQ, this might push back down to 68.89 and 26,190. But of course, as I'm saying, that NQ is looking to push through. So if we get a closure over 26,262 on NQ, 5-minute here, I actually do think we likely will go to at least 26,291. And the potential really today would be 26,385 area. I don't think it'll all happen all at once, but I do see the upside potential here. So again, buyers on NQ 5-minute are really strong here. They look really good. 15 minutes starting to come around. Of course, ES is lagging and or diverging. So that makes it a little bit more difficult, but what that usually does set up for us is that we'll get some sort of pullback and then we'll see ES push with it, and that will generally give us our breakout. So sitting patient here, watching the VIX also. Small little bounce here on the 15-minute candle. So again, not a good A+ setup either way here. And 26,263 is now rejecting. So, you know, that's where we got to wait for those closes. So sometimes, you know, you might think, oh, this is about to break out here. And even there, like I said, we had great buyers. So the potential for the breakout was certainly there. But you don't ever want to jump that gun. The 5-minute candles are your friend, especially waiting for that closure. They really do set up some pretty good opportunities. So now we're looking to close. We got about 10 seconds, 20 seconds here. Under 6,900. We actually have a 5-minute doji double top rejection off 26,263. if this candle can close red here on the 5 minute, I actually think we could see, like I was talking about beginning, that play back down to at least 26,189 and maybe 68.89 area here. Good rejection here. It's actually tempting to look at this short here. ES looks good to the downside. We're seeing some sellers come in here on ES. NQ is attempting the double top here. You can see that nice doji with the candle right below it. That's basically 26,240 as our resistance area. We have a nice 15-minute double top playing out here too. So this does look pretty good to go to the downside. Again, I think 68.89 and 26,190 would be that area. But I'm a little hesitant just because I don't see the sellers on NQ, and the trend is technically up right now. But ES is pushing, VIX is coming down here too. So big level to watch here will be 26,189. All right, so now we're coming into on NQ, that 5-minute 20 EMA support at 26,195, and again the 15-minute 5 EMA support at 26,205. So ES is still pushing. That kind of level to watch there is 68.95 for this next 5-minute candle close. But we're starting to look good. VIX and VX are still looking upward. Again, I don't think this is my A+ setup yet, but if this 5-minute candle can close below, and we can get some sellers to come in here in NQ, I do think we could potentially get a nice back test off the point of control around 26,220, and then we might see a good size move down to 26,144. ES is going down to that 68.89 I was looking for. Okay, here's NQ coming down to 26,190 like we were looking for. Starting to see sellers come in here on ES or NQ now also. There's a big push up on VX. VIX is getting the push up, so let's wait for this candle closure here in about 2 minutes, and then we're going to look for an entry. So had you guys taken that entry there, it would have been about 26,220. You would have got about 25-ish, well, no, about 30-ish points right here. So, you know, that would have been a good entry for sure. I think that was a tough short for me, just knowing that right before that candle hit, we did have stronger buyers. We didn't have sellers at the time. And also we were or are in still technically an uptrend with the EMAs. And at that moment, the VIX had not made the big move it's making now. So that made it a little bit more difficult of an entry to trust, especially knowing that we were already being pushed up by the AI information here. So this reversal here, though, looks good. I do think we could see some continuation lower. We're touching 68.89 and that 26,190 now. So this opens up an opportunity now to go down to 68.74 and 26,144 area. So again, we got 30 seconds to close here. I would like to see a little bit of a back test up to the upside, maybe about 26,200, 68.92-ish area, and then I'm going to look for a short opportunity. I do think we're going to get it, but we're going to be patient for sure. Okay, here's our closure. So we're under ORB support now. Again, we're under those levels. So I'm looking for that back test off probably 26,190, maybe 26,200 here. And then I'm gonna attempt a short here. ES is already just pushing down. We have some nice sellers coming in here on NQ. We might not even get our back test, but the odds are better to wait for the back test. So I'm being patient here. Okay, there's the green candle. So that usually indicates that we are going to see a little bit of a back test, at least on NQ. ES might not give it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take the short. Okay, I'm short here. Okay, so 26,190 is that back test. There we just hit it and got a big rejection off of it. Our stop loss survived it. So again, let's see what we can get a flush here. 26,133 to 26,144. That's really our target on NQ. 68.70 to 68.74 on ES is our target. Again, I'm looking for really technically 32 points here, but I have a 40-point take profit set right now, just because I have my trail set with that one there, so it'll start ticking us off as we go lower here. So let's see if we can get this flush. This is pretty A+ setup here. VIX is going up, VX is going up. We got stronger sellers. We had a big rejection. ES is going lower, NQ is going lower. No daily set buyers. Couldn't ask for a better short right now, so we're gonna let her play out here and see what we get. We do got PMI in about 3 minutes here. See what that data does. That could cause some volatility. So hopefully this will flush in the next 3 minutes for us down to that level that we want. And we won't have to worry about the data. But VX and VIX are still straight pumping right now. So I like the short a lot here. Oh, did you guys lose data? Can you guys not see? Oh, I closed it out. That's my bad. Hold on. Let's see if I can. Okay, there you guys go. Sorry about that. So the way my, I guess the stream works, if I can have like multiple windows open, which is what I do. So I have like a window that you guys are just looking at that doesn't have my indicators and stuff. But if I accidentally minimize it technically, then it black screens it. But if I just like close it or like put it behind in the background, then it'll show it to you guys. So that was my bad there. Okay, got 2 minutes here. Again, I expect the flush. I'm still looking for that target there. Let's see what we get here. Up about 10 points. Definitely no reason I'm seeing here to take profit yet. I don't see a reason to set a break even either just yet. Just kind of being patient here, letting this play out how she wishes to play out. VX and VIX still pushing. We got aggressive sellers on NQ. You know, again, this looks good. We survived the back test. I would like to see this flush here in the next minute, but it's holding up pretty well actually. So we'll just have to see. Again, I'm just kind of holding. I like the entry. I have a good entry. I don't see a reason to exit, so I'm just sitting here. I don't love holding into data. Data's can be unknown. It's PMI. Who knows? We haven't really had a whole lot of PMI data lately. So I'm going to hold it. Again, it's just a 20-point loss if it doesn't hit. But with the entry and the move here, I think we're likely going to get this profit that I want here. Okay, 15 seconds to data, 15 seconds to candle close. All looks good so far. Hopefully we can get a nice big wick down here to hit our take profit, and then we'll be good to go for the day here. So we did get a new supply. So our new supply resistance up there at 26,236 moves our NES supply up to 6908. We are under. So again, 26,190 really is our rejection zone. We have pretty aggressive and strong buyers here, so I want to hold this. I like the downside. VX and VIX did not get sold off on that data move there, so it does look good to the downside. I still think 68.70 and 26.133 are going to get tagged. This is a good entry. I really could move my stop loss to just about 10 points, but I want to give that volatility just in case we go and touch 26.190 again. But this is a pretty good move to the downside here. We're starting to bounce a little bit, but again, I'm content holding. I just don't see a reason to exit my short just yet here. Now, with that being said, if this pops and goes through 26,190, then likely we are going to head right back to 26,235. I would not take the long for that play, but I do think if that happens, it's going to be a big reversal. But again, with VIX moving up, stronger buyers, stronger sellers and aggressive sellers, we are rejecting the back test off the 15-minute 5 EMA recovery there. We're trying to push lower. We really need to push through 26,155. That's that previous low, and that should pretty much set off the drop. Once that happens, I mean, we really could go down to 26,020 even. So I'm holding. I feel confident in this. I'm happy with this play. And again, if it doesn't work out, this was an A+ play for me. And sometimes A+ plays just don't work out. VIX and VX are starting to come down a little bit, which I don't love to see. So this could be our bottom here, but I'm okay holding. Like I said, I'm just kind of talking through it with you guys, telling you guys what I see. I don't see a full reason to exit just yet. Hopefully we got 2 minutes till this 5-minute candle closes. Hopefully they'll hold it below that 26,190. And then we can either double top lower or they'll sell this back down under, hopefully at least 26,170. And then that will really signal the downside here. So I'm just kind of hanging out here. So let's see how this play plays out here. Surprisingly, though, honestly, for how much movement we had overnight, the volatility is decently low. So that's also helping us stay in our play here. And we had a pretty good entry there. There's a little temptation to add a second con here, which would give me only needing about 20 points of drop here versus the full 40 or 30 that I'm looking for. But I don't trust the volatility just yet. So I'm going to just go ahead and hold. I don't want to add a con just yet. But as you can see on the 15-minute time frame, we have that nice rejection. This is what I was hoping for, that strong play off of that 26,190 area. This looks good for the downside again. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just trying to talk through what I see here. I still think 68.70 and 26.133 are going to touch. VIX and VX got a pop to the upside. This should be a continuation on the next 5-minute candle to the downside here. Now, Viva, I mean, like I was saying, if this does bounce here, it could go right back to high day. But with my aggressive sellers here, and VX and VIX still pushing up, I like the downside. And again, I have a good enough entry here that I'm content holding it. We got a new 5-minute candle coming here in 15 seconds. So let's see what we get here. And some of you guys that are watching here, I'm going to go move my stop to just about a 10-point stop now. So we're sitting at stop loss. Okay, we're going lower. I'm going to go ahead and set a break even though because I want my full here. So we're going to get at least a break even either way here. Hopefully this doesn't bounce too high for us. We're at 20 points of profit. Remember, I need 32 technically. I don't have to get it all from one play, but I do like it here. That was a good sell-off. Again, still looking for 26, 133. Here we go. Let's see if we can get it. I'm going to go ahead and now set my break even. Up 32. I want to see if we can get my full 40 here. Boom, there it is. $800 on the day. That is a 9K payout secured. Let's go. All right, fam. That was nice. Great play. Great execution. They made us work for it, though. They threw out the possible bounce there, but outstanding move. I hope you guys got in on that. I am out. I'm just happy to get my 9K payout. Also, that secures me day 1 of 5 on my My Funded Futures accounts here. So that actually puts me at about 50% of my goal, which is at $1,500. So I'm going to go enjoy my day. I have some Christmas decorations to finish putting up, so I'm out.